So everybody begin by getting into a comfortable position. We're just going to begin by getting really present in the room. Everybody's coming from busy mornings, but the mere fact that you made it a priority to come is a way you're communicating to yourself and to your inner child that you matter. And just sit with that for a moment. With that knowledge, with that belief, that even though maybe we don't always get that message, that right now in this moment, you showing up is you treating yourself like you matter. And just notice what feelings or thoughts come up with that, without needing to push them or grab onto them, just noticing. And now from a place of curiosity, ask yourself, what messages did you get as a child about the importance of your needs? And notice the feelings that come up. And again, from a place of curiosity, letting go of judgment, taking everything as feedback, ask yourself, in some of the closest relationships that you have right now, whether they're intimate relationships or friendships, how important are your needs in those relationships? How vocal are you about asking to have your needs met? And leaving if they're not, or if it's not safe emotionally or physically. And there may be a temptation to turn on yourself and be judgmental, and instead love that little child that is just acting out an old story. Now think about your professional lives, and it may be work that you did before or work that you're doing now in your professional relationships. Where do your needs rank? Are they what come last? Or do they matter? Do they get discussed? Now, when you think about where you learned about how important your needs are, your emotional needs, your physical needs, how old is the image of that little kid? Without judging, just notice the image that pops into your mind. And ask yourself, does it matter? Did you learn that it mattered if it was interacting with a woman or if it was interacting with a man? And if so, how did it matter? Where did your needs rank then? The entire time, holding yourself and that little child in a place of love and compassion, where you're just together noticing with your inner child some of those old stories. And some may be positive and some not so much, but we're just taking it as feedback. Because all change begins with awareness. Now I'd like you to imagine, what kind of relationships do you want to have in your life? Take a moment and playfully create that. And some may already be there, in exactly the way that you want them to be. And some may not. So imagine, what would it look like to have those emotionally and physically safe relationships? What are some of the ways that are important to you that help you feel seen, heard, and like you matter? And how can you right now turn to your inner child, that image of you when you learned those lessons, and help them feel seen, heard, and like they matter as all of these emotions come up? Are we going to dismiss them and say, well, that's in the past, let's just move on? Or do we face them and acknowledge it? Allow whatever is coming up to be there. Now see yourself beginning on a regular basis to acknowledge yourself, to start your day living from a place of I matter. And notice how that feels in your body. Now imagine, how does it feel to interact with other people from a place where you're focusing on I matter? Do you interact with them in the exact same way, or is there a difference? Now bring your attention to the fact that you came here so you can practice some of that. You can practice honestly seeing yourself and acknowledging yourself, but also practice being seen, having the courage to share so you can be heard. Give people opportunities to acknowledge what matters to you so you can feel like you matter. Now gently shift your attention to the sounds around you in the room. Imagine what the room will look like when you open your eyes, and when you're ready, open them.